What's up, homies? Here it is. This will be the full steel version. I was looking at, so the plan was to have these holes alternating between inch and millimeter, but I was looking at some conversion information, and it turns out that 5/32 is pretty much 4 millimeters. So I'll just do all the holes at a 4 millimeter. I'll need to know from you Americans if that's like a pin dimension that's unattainable or not, because there are certain metric and imperial measurements that are so close to one another they're basically indifferent, and I could stick to those dimensions. Like, for example, that hole there is 8 millimeters, and we have 5/16. So if you want to put a tube back there in your scales, there is another one as well, which is 5/64. That's also quite appealing, because the smaller these holes are, the more metal there is, the tougher, of course, the blade is. But I don't think that's really a big deal here. It's let's see if I can remove. Oh well, anyway, it's 17 millimeters from tip to heel, and from, come on, where is it? Come on, where is it? And about 6 centimeters long blade, including the choil. And just kind of keep that like that. And then the height of the blade, I guess we can just measure from here. Hold on. Just create a random point there. And oops. It's roughly 16, which is good. It's relatively similar to in size than the V4. It's just a little bit, the handle is taller, of course. And the idea with this, of course, is a full steel design that can, with the option of being able to put scales on there if you want, or if you want to wrap it too. The difficult thing, of course, is making sure that the washer that goes under here and the pin that goes in here to create the sort of rivet lock mechanism doesn't interfere with the handle here too much, so that there's enough space for the kydex to click in and out. So I might have to make this hole smaller and use a smaller like washer underneath, like a 2 mil. But right now this is kind of very standard with my my setup, my tools and materials. So yeah, this is the full steel. I don't know if I should call it V5 or like, yeah, V5 full steel. Because this would be an even more affordable version of the knife than the one with the injection molding, you see. So the injection molded handle is definitely something that's going to happen, but I'm sort of waiting for my friends to get a surface grinding machine so that we can get them to do the surface grinding, the bevel, the hollow grind, or whatever it's going to be, flat grind. This could do pretty well with a flat grind, actually, like a full flat. But I'm sort of waiting for them to get that surface grinding machine, so that, because it would, the injection molding would be great to do, you know, after the grinding is done. I wouldn't have to then grind them myself afterwards with the handles on, because each one I fuck up will cost significantly more. It'll be a $15 fuck up every time. Here, just to get, you know, this blade to the, you know, hardened and stock like this, they're about 10 euros each, roughly. So that's the cutting, the, you know, sourcing the steel plates, the cutting, the heat treating, and then the shipping and all that. So, you know, they're relatively pricey just to start work on them. So having to then go the next extra step of paying several thousands of euros for the molds, and then it's a few euros each for the actual molding process, only to, you know, fuck it up on the grinder myself. It's not so fun. So, but at least with this full steel option, I think this will be really, really nice to have at like 50 bucks each. That's like the dream. That's like the goal. And then just pump these out. And then there's, you know, if you want to put some micarta scales on there, some wood scales, or whatever scales you want on there, it's totally doable. It's totally possible. So that's what I'm going for, a full steel scalpel. I'll have a couple of them, you know, with scales on them that I'll do myself, and have up for sale, but I think the difference in price will be, you know, relatively stark. Like, it might not even be cheaper than the just the standard with the wrapped cord. So, but at least like this, you got your full steel blade. You got the rivet lock. It'll lock into the sheath, which will be like a sandwich sheath. And yeah, there's really not much more to it than that. So I like the profile. I think it's quite good. I had to redo it multiple times because it's full steel. You know, it might be more slippery. So this is a must-have here. This feature, a little guard. I want it to be longer, but then it didn't look right, so I made it shorter. I was also contemplating the idea of lowering. I mean, I can actually just show you what I mean. Like lowering this part here. Come on, buddy. Oh, lol. So that it's like equal. That does look pretty good. Well, let's see if I can just, so that it's like at the same height. But we'll see. Because like this, you can still sort of use it. You can flip it around in your hand more easily. So, but anyway, this is the V5 full steel scalpel. I think it's quite interesting. They're getting sort of beefier and beefier, the blades. But I think this is a good size. It looks right. It looks good. There's an uneven number of holes here. So you have a center one. There's, I think, 13 holes. So you can, you know, put one pin here, one pin there, one pin here. You know, so there's always a middle one. You can have, you know, 13 pins if you want. If you want to go, you know, full crazy mode. You can have 2 pins, you know, if you want, and 2 pins here, or you can have like 1, 2, 3, 4 or something, you know, or like you can be creative. They also act as like weight reduction holes. I try to be very careful with holes, because if you make them too big, then you kind of you reduce the strength of the full tank so much that it's not really um, strong anymore, because I think a lot of people believe full tangs are super strong, but that only really depends where you place your holes, because there's a lot of knives out there that have super narrow necks, right? Like this area, the neck of the knife, the front of the handle, and then there's a pin right in the middle, and then when you do the math, there's like half the amount of steel there than there is on like a really small rat tail, you know? So, you know, it has to be strong. It's 2.5 millimeter thick, the steel. And yeah, I have to do it. I have to offer an option like this, just to increase production rate and to kind of reopen the doors for uh, customers that are looking for, you know, the $50 knife kind of option. Um, so it won't be free shipping though. Shipping for something like this, it's, you know, 10, 15, $20. It depends where you live in the world, but once the price of a knife is over $100, then yeah, free shipping is totally doable. But yeah, I think it's gonna be, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be as effective as a regular scalpel. The issue, of course, like if you live in a place like in Finland where it's, you know, it can be freezing cold in the winter, a full steel handle might get a little bit, how do you say, cold. Or if it's like really hot, it might get very hot. So, you know, that's like the only downside to a full steel blade. This knife is so small anyway that like I don't think the full steel, you know, having a handle on there or not will make all that big a difference. You can also wrap, you know, your jute twine with epoxy. Those are really nice handles on there if you really want to. On the sort of next version of this knife, I was thinking I would add some jimping all the way around. The jimping is nice, but um, it comes out pretty rough from the cut. So I want to kind of just keep it simple for now. But you know, I could add jimping from here to there. Let's see if I remember how to do that. Let's just do a rough one. Let's just do a real quick rough one. Oh, wait a second. This is not how you do it. Hold on. I think this is how you do it. Oops. There you go. Let's see if we can line that up there. Like that. Let's just put 3 there. We'll do that. That's quite a aggressive jimp right there. And then pattern on a path. God damn it. It's not recognizing the... Oh, wait a second. Objects. Never mind. Let's do that again. It's been a few weeks since I've been on here. Oh, lol. Are you kidding me? It doesn't... I have to do like a actual hole. Let's do that again. Like that. And then like that. Hold on. I think just features should be enough. Path. That should work. Yeah. I have to make that hole a little smaller. And then let's put like 39. Let's put a few more. Maybe not that big. We'll do like 2mm. But let's see, where's the original one? It's here. Yeah, that's a bit better, right? Something like this. Wouldn't that be cool? But I don't want to do it on the first one, on like the first version of this, because yeah, it's just, how do you say? How do you say? Like, as cool as this is, it's also kind of experimental. Like, I wouldn't know. If it doesn't work, then you just have a huge stack of stuff that's, you know, kind of unusable. But that's pretty cool, you know. That would work as a full steel knife. Have the jimping all the way around the knife. And then when you put your scales on there, you have those sections ready cut, so it would look good on the blade. It's just they come out kind of dirty from the cuttings, so yeah. I've done knives like this before, and they do feel alright. It's not, you know, it's actually alright. It's pretty decent. So, but it might not be super appealing at first, you know. Kind of keep it simple. Actually, you know what I can do? I can just like that, and then I can just like that. So keep it simple for now. No jimping, and then the version 2 or version 5.2 or something, I'll add some jimping here, maybe all the way around. You guys tell me if you like the jimping or not. But that's it. That's all there is for today, boys. Boys.